Who's winning the East? Are the Braves going to be able to run them down, or think the Mets are going to hold on?
Every time I watch the Braves play more and more, the more scared I am about the Mets because they just look younger, more athletic, a better bullpen. I can say overall better bullpen. Edwin Diaz, without a doubt, is a huge piece for the Mets and having an outstanding season. But the thing is, the Braves might trick you. They're young. They're athletic. They have been there. They have done that. The Mets, a whole bunch of gamers, great manager, great pitching rotation. Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer are difficult to go against. But then at the same time, you go, well, the Mets haven't been there. The Braves were worse last year at this point than they are this year. And yet they are right there with the Mets and playing better and healthier, which is something that really scares me. Right now, I have to remain with the Mets because they haven't passed them yet. And the Mets have played steady baseball all year. But right now down the stretch, I think the series against St. Louis is critical for Atlanta. Because they can't afford to lose many games. And St. Louis is really in a roll. They're going to have, a hard time playing St. Louis. But, man, it looks close. I still remain Mets. But, man, Atlanta, if they get to an even point, I'm sorry, it's coming back to Atlanta.
Hey, Jacob, you got to give the Mets credit because, the Braves, with this big push that they've made, since the beginning of the summer, since June, the Mets have been able to hold them off so far.
Look, the Mets are for real. For the first time in a long time, the Mets are poised and ready for a run. I'm with Pedro, though, and Pedro had to say the politically correct thing there and say with the Mets. But these Atlanta Braves are coming. I love the Mets and where Buck Showalter, and you got deGrom and Scherzer at the top, Bassett, Taijuan Walker, incredible, Diaz at the end, Ottavino. I like where the Mets are, and I think they have a chance. But the people who have the championship belt currently around them is that Atlanta Braves, and they play like it. And like Pedro said, I think they're even a better version of that championship team. I think the attitude, and I think that the fact that they beat the Dodgers, that's been the class of the NL, and went to the top, gives the Braves a slight edge in what they feel like they're going to do. This is going to be a battle. Two great baseball teams. I'm a fan. I love to watch both of them.
Are you saying Dodgers in San Francisco last year?
I watched Dodgers San Francisco go to Game 5, and the Dodgers went to Atlanta, beat up. And I don't know if Atlanta beats the Dodgers if they don't go there in that kind of shape. But again, Atlanta did that, and they punched their ticket. They got the belt. Until somebody takes it from them, belt runs to Atlanta.
Who did they beat?
They beat the
Houston Astros.
Houston Astros, that's exactly right.
And when you talk about two notorious teams that have everything they need to win and the experience to do it, the Braves and the Astros. I don't know. Might be a hint, but hey, you never know.
Well, let me ask both
Houston and the Braves again? I don't know.
Before we go to break, because you guys are both World Series champions, what did that championship do for you the next year in terms of your confidence level when you went on the field? Because here you have the Braves, they're defending world champs, and like you said, they're playing with a looseness and a confidence that, you can tell. I think they're a better team this year at this point than they were last year.
Yeah, and they're a young team, so you're not expecting the wear and tear that we all had when after we won the World Series. Normally, veteran teams will have a hangover. Because some of us can't take the amount of work, even though we're horses who train for it. We have a lot of mileage. But the Braves are in such a rhythm and shape that they can play for the next 3 World Series and still be young, and still be experienced, and still be good. So that's what's scary about the Braves. Don't be surprised if they repeat, because the Braves are going to sneak into the postseason. And once they're in the postseason, they have been there. They have done that. They're only getting better. And they're one of the youngest teams in the Eastern Division. So
yeah, I'm with you. I didn't take my World Championship belt off for a couple years. I got to keep mine on, and we went on to win it after 13 and 14. But again, 15, Johnny Gomes and the Kansas City Royals and Johnny Cueto. 16, the Cubs with Lackey and Lester and David Ross. You watch that 13 team who went and punched their ticket to a World Series all infiltrate the rest of the league and the rest of their teams with a different kind of mentality. Atlanta has that mentality from within now. You see it. Again, the Mets are not going away. Those two guys they got at the top and the leadership they have, they're going to be there. It's just going to see who gets that bye in the postseason.